There are over 50,000 miles of highways, freeways, byways, and causeways across these United States. But most Americans know, if you want to have a little fun, you need to get off the paved roads and devise your own path. If you ever find yourself near Sparta, Wisconsin, and you want to get yourself some of that good Red Rock slate, you need to go way off the beaten path.
Okay, you can turn.
And when you park your wife's minivan, make sure you do it out of the path of a 70-pound piece of Wisconsin slate.
Oh!
I'm sure that'll buff right out.
How can I be so stupid?
Utah has some great off-road terrain, Salina in particular. But before you dare take on this patch of rock, make sure your auto insurance premium is paid up and that your coverage includes active should have known better. You know, I feel stupid saying this, stating the obvious and all, but please do not try this at home. After seeing the first guy fail, you really should think twice before you get all, let me show you how it's done. So far, that's Salina, Utah 2, Jeeps 0.
Oh, my hell.
The Jeeps were totaled, but the drivers, miraculously, were okay. It's called Mountain View, California, because at the top of that mountain is one heck of a view. So we're told.
Shoot.
No one's ever actually made it up there to see. Yet. No one was hurt, so they can try the whole thing again as soon as the Jeep comes back from the shop. When this Texas man found himself in this predicament, he had 3 choices. Go back, go forward, or go buy a new red Jeep. Probably should have gone for the 3rd option. The Pennsylvania mud near Bristol can be unforgiving. So is a tow rope tied to the axle.
Damn, dude, holy.
Hey guys, that ATV is really only meant to hold one person. Cool, problem solved. A dune buggy is a much better way to travail the sandy desert. Of course, a bigger dune buggy might do the trick a little better.
Go, baby!
You play in the sand, you're bound to get stuck occasionally. But no worries, your fellow off-roaders are always willing to give you a hand. Ready? Give it some gas! Yep, no good deed goes unpunished. Little tip, next time put the goggles on the front of your face. Coming up, dude, take it.
Our Pro 2 champ Brian Deegan is not in this race. This is why. Earlier today in the Pro Light Pro Buggy Challenge Cup, this is what happened.
A vicious accident involving R.J. Anderson and Casey Curry. Brian Deegan got involved. Here's a look from inside Deegan's cockpit. Of course, R.J. Anderson's truck up on top of his Pro Light. He was able to drive away, but not able to race a Pro 2 race. Let's check in Renezetter's truck there chasing.
I'm going to tell you, Renezetter right there with the Nissan and takes a look at him down on the inside of one. I wonder if Carl maybe missed a gear or something happened.
Oh!
A huge endo by Kyle LeDuc over that stutter jump, something we were all a little skittish about from the very beginning. I don't know that any of us anticipated that. That is such a hard hit, ladies and gentlemen. It's hard to put it into words.
And it looks like he just loaded on the left side edge. It does have a little bit more kick as you get to the edge of it, and he was just fully loaded out of the corner and squatted, and it kicked. Let's take another look.
Yeah, on the inside of it, it will kick you up like that. On the outside of it, it's worn down where everybody has hit it all weekend. But that inside, man, it bit him hard. Actually, Carl Renezetter did the same thing a lap earlier, just not as bad, obviously.
Oh, and the onboard, just anytime you go nose in, complete stop in one of these.
I mean, that's what the Hans devices are for, the head and neck restraints on their helmets, but those wrecks typically will break collarbones. They hit and stop so hard and so fast.
And the safety crew is there. Kyle is okay. They're just going to get his truck out of the way, so Kyle's staying inside so he can be removed from the track inside the truck, but the good news is he's okay.
The Netherlands.
It's the Grand Prix event for the world's top sidecar racers. As expected, British teammates Steve Webster and Tony Hewitt tear it up. That is, until the dynamic duo takes a terrifying detour.
Oh, he's in trouble! Oh, what a terrible crash there!
The team loses traction. And in a wild slide, they dive bomb a ditch. Steve is ejected with the fiberglass shell and takes a battering.
What a disaster for the British crew.
The rider hops back to his feet, but not for long. Steve suffers a broken arm. His partner Tony has only got his bell rung.
It could have been far, far worse.
All it took was one small slip to spell double trouble.
Oh, he's in trouble!
Teams are testing out next year's high-performance race cars. And at 200 miles an hour, it's not hard to spot design flaws. This car's front end creates too much lift, causing it to blast into a fiery wreck. The vehicle's totaled, but the wheelman's okay. Even though today he briefly went from test driver to test pilot. Broadford, Australia. Amateur rider Fraser Innes is thrilled to burn up the track with his brand new two-wheeler.
It was awesome. It was a great bike. It was the first big bike that I ever wanted, and once I was able to ride a big motorcycle, I just went out and bought it.
Fraser has no idea that his maiden voyage is destined for disaster.
I felt it slipping. Tried to hold it. Next thing I know, I'm lying on the ground sliding along. It was just that quick.
Almost instantly, the fuel tank bursts open, engulfing everything in flames, including Fraser's head.
It was really hot on my face, and then I went, oh no, my helmet's on fire.
His scalp is spared. His ride, however, is another story.
Some people said, why don't you try and pick up your bike? And I'm just going, there was no way I could have put out that fire myself.
And neither can the track safety crew. Several extinguishers later, the bike is still smoldering.
It was just brand new, and I loved it and loved riding it. Then on the flip side, I was very, very glad that I was okay.
Fraser may have lost his sweet set of wheels, but he did gain an appreciation for a different piece of gear. His helmet. Miami, Florida. From ATVs to souped-up clunkers, they'll race anything at the County Line Dragway. Angel Martinez's 74 Corolla is as ready as it can be to challenge the quarter mile. But Angel is about to find out not every classic is fit to be supercharged. The little orange coupe rockets off the blocks. But when he can't keep it straight at 100 miles an hour, Angel hits the brakes and tries to compensate. It's too much too late. The racer rolls down the track 8 times, showering the lane with shattered metal.
Everybody, please stay back. Stay back.
Pit crews rush to check on Angel.
Get out of the way.
The body-crushing barrel roll may have wrecked the vintage ride, but not its driver. He's just glad the one thing that worked up to spec was the roll cage.